Oh, oh my God. So much action. Just give me 5 minutes to catch my breath. Oh God. So much going on. All at the same time. Oh. Okay. Alright. I'm ready now. Let's go. The Black Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the film Mad Max Fury Road. Now this film has a very simple story to follow. It's about a guy named Max, obviously, who lives in a post-apocalyptic world and gets roped in to help this one girl named Ferosa transport these 5 girls to a land known as the Green Place, where she's originally from, all the while dealing with an army of Slipknot rejects and their master. And from there, craziness, explosions, excitement, madness, and over-the-top action ensues. Have fun! Now, I have a confession to make, and I know that a lot of people are going to be either mad or disappointed in me after I make this statement, but I've never seen any of the Mad Max films. I know it's really shocking, but I just was never really compelled to go see them. I'm sure they're fun, entertaining films. I never really wanted to go see them. Like, I never really wanted to go out of my way to watch the Mad Max films. But when I heard that they were remaking it and that Tom Hardy was set to star as the titular character, I actually got really excited. I'm a big Tom Hardy fan, and I would love to see him, like, perform the role and stuff. And it's from the same guy that did the original Mad Max films. So, needless to say, I was sort of looking forward to this film. I think the one thing that really pushed it for me was the trailer, which is just balls to the wall, crazy action unfolding in front of your eyes, and my God, did it look freaking badass. And after seeing the film, I have to say, I got a kick out of it. Now, just for a moment here, let's be completely honest. There is only one big reason that everyone is looking forward to seeing this film, and why a lot of people are going to go see the film, and that's for its over-the-top, high-octane action sequences. And for the most part, they were very well executed, and they looked fantastic. Like, holy shit, what they could do with, like, the cars in this film. And I was actually really happy that they actually used real cars for most of the action sequences instead of like relying heavily on CG, but they do rely on CG now and again. But to see real cars like flip and just get blown up, that was really cool. Some old school shit right there. And I will say that I enjoyed a majority of the action sequences in the film. The climax of the film in particular was my favorite action sequence. And this does tie in with the action scene, but this film looks freaking gorgeous. For a film that takes place primarily in the desert, I never thought the desert could look so freaking awesome. Although it really bothered me that the 2 shades of colors that they used primarily in the film is orange and blue. It just was like back and forth. It's orange and it's blue, but it's a nitpick. It's just small little nitpick. They also did a really good job at capturing the post-apocalyptic atmosphere for the film. Like, it felt like a desolate world where it was killed or be killed. I felt it throughout the entire film. And just the way that some of the people look, I mean, they look grotesque, they look hideous. Nobody really looked pretty besides the 5 girls. And we'll get to them real soon. But for the most part, everybody looked dirty, everybody looked miserable. Good job at capturing the tone for the most part. Now the characters, some of them I really liked, others did their job really well, and others are completely forgettable. But the characters that I really liked, first off, Mad Max himself. Guy's a freaking bath. I just enjoyed seeing him. He doesn't really say a lot in the film, but I don't think he needs to say a lot. Like, his face can speak for itself, and you know this guy will tear the living shit out of you if you get in his fucking way. And Tom Hardy, he captured the character very well. I mean, this is the guy that was freaking Bronson and Bane. Who better to portray Mad Max, right? I was also really surprised at not only how much I liked Nicholas Holtz's character, but just how well developed and fully realized the character was. I mean, this character goes through a lot of growth in the film, and I really liked him by the end of the film. But as much as I truly appreciated and enjoyed Nicholas Holtz's character, my personal favorite character, who was without a doubt the biggest badass in the entire film, is Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron, who gave the best performance in the entire film. Like, this character is not only a badass, but I really liked her backstory, I really liked her passion, and my god, could this girl kick a lot of ass. You don't fuck with Charlize Theron. I also really dug her relationship with Max, and I appreciated the fact that the film did not resort in the typical cliche cop-out of making her his love interest. There was no romantic vibe between them whatsoever. It was just straight up respect for each other as warriors trying to defend these 5 girls from these evil men. Now that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, although I did have a blast with this film, I did have a couple issues with it. First off, the story. It's not that original, and it's really not that compelling. In fact, it doesn't even drive the film. What drives the film, honestly, is the characters and the action. The story, very mundane, and I really didn't care much for the story. And you know what? And I know I'm gonna get killed for saying this because it's like I'm comparing this movie to that movie, but I'm not. But the story is very reminiscent to the story from Waterworld. And I was just sitting in the theater just looking at the screen like, of all the movies you could rip off, you chose to rip off Waterworld? Movie! What are you doing? Okay, people, we gotta talk about this. The action scenes. Yes, most of them are rather entertaining, and they are well executed, each and every one of them. The only problem here is that there is just an oversaturation of action scenes that it begins to lose its luster as the film goes on. You start to experience action fatigue because there's just so much action unfolding in front of you. Like, the first 45 minutes is just non-stop action. Just action, action. I mean, my god. It just got so jarring at some points, the overabundantness of the action in this film. And you would think that the film would try its best to take some well-needed breaks for the audience to catch their breath and to really take in what was happening in the previous scenes and to also develop the characters and push the story along further. But instead, the director and filmmakers decided, oh, that action scene is over, how about you have another one? Again, to clarify, I don't hate the action in the film. I just felt like it was just oversaturated with action, that it just lost its luster and honestly took away from the intensity of some of these action scenes, because you know that our heroes are gonna get away scot-free or they're gonna survive this. There's not a real dire need to really feel like they're in peril. The peril is gone. And the last problem that I had with this film was the 5 girls traveling with them. Not only are they incredibly bland with no personality, but they just feel out of place in this world. I mean, look at them. They look like fucking models, and they look so goddamn clean. How did they stay clean like that? Everyone else is like dirty and muddy, but look at them. They look like freaking goddesses, and I know that's kind of like the point. They are these pure entities, and their beauty's just beyond measure, but really not like a single dirt mark on them. Like, the only one that did kind of look dirty was Zoe Kravitz, and honestly she was actually my favorite of the 5 girls, but even her, she didn't really have much to go for. Their entire purpose in this film is to be completely useless at all times. They rarely do anything to help the main characters or do anything to save their own asses. To make an analogy, they're like that one NPC mission where you have to guide this NPC to a certain place and you have to protect them, but they continuously get themselves into constant peril and you have to save their asses. That's what these characters are. They are NPCs in Mad Max. Overall, Mad Max Fury Road is an isn't anything deep. It's a mindless action film and it does its job really well, and that's why I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think that it is definitely worth watching, especially if you're a huge fan of high-octane action films and Tom Hardy. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you really enjoy it? Did you get a kick out of it? Did you love every single one of the action scenes? Or did you find it really boring and mundane and you really hated the repetitiveness of all the action sequences? And as always, I would like for you guys to describe Mad Max Fury Road in 4 words. Be sure to comment below and let me know, and I will choose my favorite responses for the next episode of In 4 Words, which will come out tomorrow. But until then, guys, if you would like to be a part of the Black Critic crew and not miss out on a single awesome video, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watt II, the Mad Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.